Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, oh, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in it. Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. We back on some Master Duel here, and I actually decided to kind of make the climb to Diamond again. Went on a 10-0 win streak, which is pretty nice, especially for going second deck in the Master Duel meta. So we got some more branded hero OTK for you, and this is one of the duels that I found a little bit more difficult to win. And just starting off with that Venture engine right there is really strong, because this puts out a Omni Negate and a token that has 2000 defense that you have to kill twice basically. And as I was playing the deck and watching him start off with his combo, I really thought that his end board was going to be a lot more impressive than what it ends up being, like with the side frame thing that he's got there. Not side frame, but the side reflector or whatever you call it. I know usually it does like some Stardust plays, but I don't know, maybe his hand just wasn't all that good and he couldn't really get to where he wanted to. But still this Griffin, and then you're gonna see what he ends up doing with the side frame. I keep calling it side frame, but with the side reflector little engine thing here, because I was like, oh shoot, here comes some crazy Stardust play or something like that. But no, it's just a normal Verte Anaconda. So it's going to be DPE with Griffin, and then he's got this token that I have to kill twice, and my hand is not all that good. I drew the card that I like to special summon. I drew my normal summon, and then I drew the card that I like to search for, but it's all good. And then I drew another card that I really didn't want to draw. But as I'm going through my turn, I guess one of the best things about playing a deck like this is like your opponent doesn't necessarily know where your weak point is or where your break point is, so he doesn't try to stop me at the right moment here. So we're gonna Vion, send Shadow Mist to go ahead and add that Honest Neos, because I figured like Honest Neos was gonna be needed to be able to win this game, since I didn't feel like I was gonna be able to push through his entire board. Then we're going to go ahead and brand it open in there, so that the fusion monster that I bring out with polymerization will be able to live in case he does do DPE or Griffin. And then we're going to go ahead and make that big boy the Chimera, and of course we're going to try to pop some stuff, but the Griffin is going to go ahead and negate that, which I already figured was going to happen, but I just didn't want the Guardian Chimera to get destroyed, because he's like one of my, with DPE's reduction effect, I wanted to make sure that I had a monster with enough attack to get over DPE. Then we're going to go ahead and activate that branded fusion, bring out the Lubellion. I think somebody asked me why do I always do Lubellion, and yes, it is because I only run one Fallen of Albaz. We're going to pitch the Graceful Charity because we don't need him in our hands since Polly is already gone. We can just Miracle Fusion him, and we need both of these cards that we have in our hand right now. We're going to add the Dramaturge because I'm going to need that in order to be able to win this game. We're going to activate Albion's effect to bring out the boy Sunrise, and y'all know this is when it really is going down. So you might think that, oh, he's got Sunrise out on the board, he really didn't need to throw away his Chimera like that. Yeah, I did, because the DPE still has its pop, and he's waiting patiently, waiting for the right moment to do it. And we're going to go ahead and continue to make plays here. I had to bring out the Escurido to force out the DPE. He's going to activate the effect, pop in the equip card, which is just going to equip right back to the monster. So now we got the Guardian Chimera able to attack over the DPE. We're going to slam into the token. We're going to use Escurido for the Honest Neos to run over the Verte, leaving him at 1200. And this will put him in range of being able to be OTK by Dramaturge, and for me to be able to bring out Masquerade Dragon just in case, things don't go exactly the way I want them to. People play weird things in Master Duels, so I try to kind of be ready for everything. We're going to Masquerade Dragon attack over the token, and we got the 3K direct for Dramaturge. So yeah, it ended up being very nice. We found a way to push through the Griffin, push through the DPE, pushed through the double having to kill the token and still had enough damage to OTK him. And even if he had lived through that turn, he only could activate 2 cards, and then he would be destroyed by the Masquerade Dragon. So all in all, I feel like I played the turn pretty well, pretty efficient. Maybe if he had negated the Vion or negated the Volley somewhere, maybe he would have had a bigger chance. But it is what it is. You never know unless it had happened. All right, so going along into our next duel here. This person's, even looking at my opening hand, this is disgusting. I have access to the hero engine, I have access to the branded engine, and I have droplet and lightning storm. So, even though I really feel like it didn't matter what his inboard would be, it's just kind of like, man, I have this game in the bag. And my overconfidence, just kind of almost did me in this game. But, a little bit of quick thinking, will help me win this one. So as you can see, there's a Gizmic Orochi in the graveyard, which I'm not, you see it sometimes, and it's just one of those things where I'm not going to end up thinking about that situation here. So I'm going to activate the lightning storm, and you might think, oh, he's going to chain droplet, and I did not chain the droplet. I just wasn't thinking. I was just like, well, actually I was thinking. I was like, oh, it's all good. I'm just going to use my Sunrise to pop the Baron, and it'll still be OTK because that's the only monster he has on the board. Yep, that was completely wrong. But we drew the Hero Lives for turn. We're going to Hero Lives into Stratos. We're going to use Stratos effect to go ahead and grab that Honest Neos. Then we're going to summon Vion, use Vion's effect to send Shadow Mist. And yes, we do play through Maxi in this deck. They always think that Maxi is going to save them. It is not going to save you from branded heroes. All right, so we send the Shadow Mist to add the Graceful Charity. Then we're going to poly off the Vion and the Graceful Charity to go ahead and bring Sunrise. And, with just this, with the Sunrise effect to go ahead and add that Miracle Fusion off of there, this is pretty much enough to kill him on board because, like I said, he's only got the one monster and we have the pop by Sunrise. But if y'all do happen to remember earlier, there is a Gizmic Orochi in the graveyard. So yeah, I just did not think about it at all, and it's gonna I feel like it pretty much almost costed me the game here. So we're going to go to attack with Stratos, use the Sunrise effect to pop the Baron, and then we're going to try to attack directly. Down comes the Gizmic Orochi, so I felt like my best option in order to try to win this game quickly was to go ahead and Forbidden Droplet off the 0 so that I could get the direct attack with Stratos, attack directly with Sunrise, go ahead and activate the Honest Neos. Now, my opponent actually had 5,800 life points, and that was only, 5,400 damage, so he had 400 life points to be able to live, but I think he realized what was about to happen after I had attacked with the 5,400. And just in case y'all didn't see it, maybe you're new to watching me play this deck, I was going to activate the branded opening. I could discard any of the cards basically to special summon the Aliber to go ahead and grab that branded in red. And then with the branded in red, I was going to be able to finish him off with the Dramaturge, and then if he did have something else to stop that, he would not have had enough points to play through the Masquerade Dragon because yeah, he only had 400 left, so as soon as he activated the card, he would have just burned himself alive. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Ain't nobody messing with the masked hero, king of games. Mask off, now you see that a hero lives. I pay half and you ask, but I'm winning games. There ain't another hero that surpasses me.